Okay. Hmm. Okay, here we go. Hi, good evening, everybody. Yes. Yes. Give me 1 minute. Okay. All right, here we go. Give everyone just a moment. It's Tuesday night. I want to take you through the day a little bit. It was a very unusual day. Very unusual day. And I want to talk about it a little bit. I want to get everybody settled, is what I'm attempting to say. Now, right now, first thing I like to do is check our audio. I believe our audio should be fine on X. People are enjoying it. Yes, X is good. Now, let me check. But wait, there's more. I'm going to check. There I am, our Facebook page. Yes, there it is. Hi there, Susie. Yes, good evening, everybody. Double Shot Tuesday. All right, the Facebook crowd files in, and then let me make sure it's on the other page. And then what is happening is a very good question, I think. Yes, I know. I'll explain why. And not only am I going to explain, but I'm also going to be honest. And that's not always easy. It's not. But it's still going on. Let me take you through. Now, let me just check live. There we go. Verdict Watch. We were so happy last night. We were so happy. Yes, we were so happy with the. I was in very good spirits. What are we to make of the jury? I don't know, but we're still on Verdict Watch, and the sound is good. I don't know. I'm going to tell you about it. All right, now let me just go through a little bit. I was going to go live today. I was, even though there was. First of all, who was live on Court TV right out in front of the courthouse? And I want to thank, boy, there's greatness, folks. I am forever indebted. It was a tough day. How about that? Yep. He came in from Arizona and stood guard. But we were live with Julie Grant on Court TV. And then by the way, I'm going to be live tonight at 9 on Court TV. And I'm not going to talk about what case, but I know this sounds a little bizarre, but tomorrow morning, I actually have to testify in a trial. Not only am I covering a big trial, I have to testify in a trial tomorrow. And it's really simple. Because I'm out most of the time, very active, sometimes law enforcement, they use my video in various cases. And it's not long, but I have to go in and they have to authenticate that, were you here at this time? You shot the video, but I'm not going to discuss the case. So tomorrow morning was supposed to be for next week, but it's tomorrow. Maybe I'll post a link. They did give me a link. Now it's in federal court, so it's not televised, but I didn't realize that, but you can watch it on Zoom. So anyhow, tomorrow morning, I'm actually a witness on the stand. They're going to play part of my video, and then I will make my way to the Karen Reed courthouse again. Now, I totally planned on on broadcasting today, doing several lives. But I'll be honest, folks, when the jury questions came back, kind of, right? I have to be honest with everybody. It kind of took the legs out from underneath me. There's a couple of us, not a lot, but there's a couple of us at the courthouse, and I was kind of thrown a little bit. And it really, now keep in mind, I have been in that courthouse since April 2nd when we started Jury selection. And I went to some hearings in March. Do you understand it's June 17th? Yes. So what do I think? Well, I can tell you that um, when the defense came in and they saw the questions, as you probably have heard, Karen, they were all excited and very cocky. And so I felt terrible. Listen, to me, I want to be very clear, and I will answer some of your questions, especially if you send stars or do a super chat type of thing. But number one, it's a problem. I get very, not all the time, some might call it a flaw, character flaw. I'll take that. I get very vested in a case, very vested in a case. And obviously, I'm very vested in this case. So my first thought is I felt terrible for the O'Keefes. Like they have to be feeling like, what? How is this possible? There's so much evidence. Like, to me, I don't mean to say like, but it's so clear to me. And Hank Brennan made it so clear. Now, outside, I dismiss it. The sea of pink doesn't make a difference. Possible. Maybe I'm too close to it. Maybe I'm used to it. I'm used to people. Now they're holding up my name and photo in signs. One of the guys, I'll show it to you. I meant to load it and I could do it on the big screen, but let me just do it quickly. It's kind of comical. He put up my sign and he made a sign with me, with pictures, calls me a fraud. Don't be fooled. Know the truth. A man with that hat, very inexpensive sunglasses, he's claiming he knows what the truth is. Does it have an effect? I don't know. But here's what we do know. Okay, so the jury asked some questions. That's not a bad thing. Let's not, totally lose our composure here. At least they have questions, right? No such thing as a dumb question. Well, that's certainly put to the test. But what they did ask, you got to realize, and first of all, I want to tell you, I fight through people, coming at me. This morning's reaction. Now I'm inside the courthouse, and I want to be inside. So I know some people may say, "Well, you just go outside." But if there's a verdict, then there's like a rush of people to get through, trying to get through security, blah blah blah. And I've been through this before, so I tend to try to hang on the inside. So, but he did catch me off guard, and I start thinking, my God, this can't be happening to the O'Keefes. She can't be getting away with this. These people out there. I mean, it's so insane. And they're also happy and, the whole signal and everything. But I've learned, even amongst the jurors, with one saying, and I did see that glitch. Somebody said, "Oh, the glitch." All right. So there's one glitch. All right, I know how to straighten that out. I am just so pressed for time because I want to go live now, and then I'm doing I have to get ready for Court TV at 8:00, and then again I was out in the rain, and so that's why I'd like to shower and be nice and comfortable, and then for those in the area, they invited me to do a live show tomorrow night at the courthouse, so I plan to be for that as well. I was initially going to, but anyhow, so the fact that someone said, "Can we consider the Karen questions?" It's my belief. Now, people can get upset. I was upset, but it is unusual evidence. Most of the time, it's here's the hat, here's the sneaker, admitted into evidence. Is a little bit different the way they were playing the clips. Maybe they're confused. The voicemails. We think like, well, of course it's evidence. It's in the room. But obviously, maybe it's one juror, maybe it's two jurors. Maybe they're saying, I don't think that's evidence. So they send the question that way. And then we have this back and forth over, what if we feel a certain way about two charges, but we're not sure about the third? So now it's my understanding. I spent a lot of time in the courthouse. From what I understand, as soon as they realized that the Karen clips, right? The client of her, he looked like he got hit by a car, imitating Peg O'Keefe. The Karen clip, I didn't hit him. Did I clip him? And the rest of them, well, then they were watching all the Karen clips. Now that's not good for her. So just to, bottom line, I believe, and I'll tell you why. And I want to be very clear. I don't reach this on my own. So I'm talking to people nonstop, attorneys in the courthouse that I know, and then obviously attorneys outside that I have access to. And so it's and again, juries can surprise you, but it's our belief that if this was just in mass, it's OUI, operating under the influence. In Rhode Island, it's DUI. Every state, whatever reason, has a different title. But it seems to be the feeling that if the jury was unsettled on an OUI, that could have been wrapped up today. Meaning you don't spend the rest of the afternoon on, a BS charge. Keep in mind, second-degree murder is the most important. Manslaughter is the second charge. Manslaughter, minimum 5 years. Manslaughter could go to 20. Keep in mind, she has shown no remorse. We know how much she was drinking with the weak pour. So the conventional wisdom thought process was, it's now in the last trial, the jury really settled in on the manslaughter charge. Now, I'll say this. Do I think Hank Brennan proved second-degree murder? I do. She made the decision. It's the act. Reverse floor it. However, after a close scare today, is there anyone that would really be complaining if they bang her on a manslaughter charge? I mean, I would not be, right? We can't have her walk out of that courtroom not guilty, acquitted. It can't stay. This is insane. All those people outside, and not just her people, but like the people behind them, the whole movement is just filled with grift. And they're people ask me, what are they like? They're the worst people in the world. Even their witnesses are sleazy. The people that come in to support her are sleazy. It's just repulsive. They're all just, and I was looking out and I'm like, I can't believe, can you, this is what hell must be like. You every day it's like this. So this was what it'd be like if it was like Cuckoo's Nest, right? If you're actually working in an insane asylum. And they're so aggressive and they're so arrogant, her crowd. And I had some good lines I was gonna try out. I was doing it earlier, but then we kind of got thrown on that. So I believe now that, and keep in mind also, that was a hypothetical. What if we're not guilty on 2? None of it matters until they take an actual vote. And I want to be very clear with all. I'm not delusional, right? I'm not being unrealistic. There's nothing settled right now. And if they're really now, it could have been, hey, who knows? Someone could have said, no, though you can't consider that. I don't know. It's very difficult. We don't know what's going on in there, and we certainly don't know the dynamic. We know they were very tired at the end of the day. These people, let me be very clear about the jury. They've spent a lot of time together, and they had to sit through a lot of Alessi. Exactly. But I don't think all hope is lost. But listen, today was an unusual day. It was. The thought that she could walk out of this whole thing, it's frightening because the whole thing's fabricated. And that's what those people don't understand. It's all made up. The whole thing is based on a lie. They're chasing a conspiracy that doesn't even exist. They're chasing something that even the defense is even going in on. The defense isn't even doing that. Just they are. Outside the courthouse in the pink, It's still 2:27. He was still in the house. Now I saw someone posted online. They found his blood in the garage. I thought he was in the basement. Now he's in the garage, right? Like I said, oh, next they're going to have him on the roof. We have to wait and see. I don't want to get ahead of it. I don't want to say maybe there's a Karen Reed supporter in the jury. It's possible. A little unusual that no one's left. Little unusual after this amount of time. We're week 9 now. They still have the 18 people. Little unusual. Is there someone that thinks all kinds of things? There could be a book deal for them. There could be a movie for them. This could be their new career. Little unusual. 18 people. Is there someone on that jury that is a ringer? I don't know. That's a tough one. It's not easy, and you can't. I don't think you can get into second guessing. This is where they had the trial. There were people saying they should move this to Western Mass. People said that, but that's not what happened. So I think, and I'm going to stick with very compelling case. I think Hank Brennan, and I mean this sincerely, I think he has done I think he did the best job anyone could do. And listen, some of those, I'll say this, some of those defense witnesses should not have been allowed to testify. Those ARCA guys, total sleazebags, total liars. They lied. They were getting paid. They lied. They were using the Signal app with Jackson. They lied, right? Marie Russell, I am a dog expert, flyer in from LA. She never testified in her life. So, some people I was hearing, another judge would have said, no way. Another judge, apparently there's other judges that said, like the ARCA guys, they caught them. The guy deleted all his messages from the defense. I was told that there's another judge that says, like, that absolutely should have been tossed out. But that didn't happen. So here's where we are. So but my thought is on Peg O'Keefe, Paul O'Keefe, the niece, John O'Keefe, the nephew, and the witnesses. There are people already, if Karen's not guilty, Karen, that, we got to go after these witnesses. Who in their right mind going forward would ever want to come forward to testify if you're going to be better off being lucky, meaning, the plow driver, right? What if Jen McCabe, what if they all said, oh, I didn't see anything. No, I didn't get Karen. No, I didn't see anything, right? Canton Confidential. Lucky was the best witness because he didn't see anything and didn't hear anything. What if other people? I think it's a very dangerous precedent. I think you get into, I know it is. It's a dangerous precedent if we start trying to intimidate people out of things. This isn't, think of the movie Scarface, Tony, right? We know a judge, and then they're, I mean, you watch but not every, but a lot of episodes of The Sopranos, and they send Paulie and Christopher to go talk to the witness, and maybe he doesn't remember things. Maybe he didn't see that. Maybe he thinks, actually, I don't think I could identify the person I saw. Do you really want that? I mean, that's what they're pushing towards. So, but to answer, listen, I mean, it threw me. I think it kind of threw us a little bit. But then you have to step back. Many times you can't try to guess what the jury is thinking. I still maintain there's a huge amount of evidence. To me, it's very clear what happened. And if they had a question about how this works, and let me also just remind people, I don't particularly find the jury stuff to fill out that easy. And these people don't do that type of thing. So they don't want to make a mistake. Will they have a verdict tomorrow? Well, Thursday is a national holiday. And then Friday is Friday. You would think, I mean, unless they're deadlocked, is this going to be another hung jury? I don't know. But I'm saying let's not totally freak, right? Sometimes these questions are to be, from what I was told today, could be to answer, it's one or two jurors that are saying this. And they could be tough and they won't budge. For all we know, there could be someone that was in that jury room saying, You can't go by that because those clips are not evidence. It's possible, we don't know. I'll say this about Karen Reed defense. They were really cocky before lunchtime. End of the day, not so cocky. Karen Reed, her team, they thought that today they were getting not guilty acquittal across the board. Absolutely. Didn't happen, did it? No. All right. Let me go to the chat here. So we begin. All right. Earlier start. Let me start at the beginning because we have people that are very kind. Bring this up. Yeah. Okay. That is not true. That is not true. Nope. Who said that? Nope. See, this is all just misinformation. No. Who said that? Oh, it's from early 10. Is that earlier? There's a glitch. All right, here we go. I get it. So people are putting comments from earlier in the day. It wasn't Goldie, is it ever an emotional roller coaster? My goodness. Thank you, Daisy. Yes. Thank you very much, Daisy. Listen, I'm not gonna, I couldn't go today and try to BS you guys. I was not gonna lie today. No, that was, I kind of, the campaigns, the first wave of precincts come in, and they're like, oh my God. Imagine, whoever, and I don't want to get into politics, but I'm saying, boy, that's what it must feel like. Like, oh, all right. And then what do they say? Keep in mind, there's just 5% of the precincts, but you're like, whoa. We don't know yet. Let's wait and see. Yes, Karen clips are good. Karen clips are good. It could be, maybe it is. Maybe all those people standing outside surrounding the courthouse, maybe it isn't, maybe it is intimidating. Absolutely could. I just feel terrible for him. I feel terrible for, it could be, I feel terrible for the witnesses. Hi there she is. Yes. All right, let me see if I know. Oh, Peg and Paul. And how about like the Reed, the father, we're praying, the mother. Thank you, Christina. I feel good. Now, I'll also say this. I feel bad. I was not on the towel stream, and I wasn't on with Kevin. But there's so much going on in the courthouse of people that I'm talking to. What did I think of today? It was a little concerning. It was when especially the question about the Karen Clips evidence. That was a little concerning since I considered one of the strongest parts of the whole thing. Telling you, Kat. Oh my goodness. We don't know yet. Jury's tainted. I don't know. I'm trying. I'm going to be up there tomorrow, obviously. Thank you. I appreciate that, JM. Jeannie Grant's back. For now. She was back. I don't understand why these people, they certainly don't agree with me, but they certainly, it doesn't stop. There it is. Wrong again. Go there. Do you know how many, like, the free, Karen Reed chats there are? But there's Robin. This is where they're going to thank you, Commander Towel. It was a difficult day. It was an emotional roller coaster. It was. I know, Kat. Very good point. Same thing. I hope that's not it. See, there's look at that. He has 0 sources. They all say that. Oh my God, these people. I'm telling you. I was trying to rally. Now, but part of it is if there's going to be a verdict, I want to be inside. Hi there, Matthew. Hola. I didn't see that. I can only put up with some. I don't know. I thought so too, Chastity. I don't get it. They certainly seem to. What is this person doing here? Katie Brown? Why? What? I don't know how these people sneak back. I really don't. All right, let me keep moving here. There's Paula. I can't answer that. Is there a free Karen Reed juror? Guilty. Get over it. I would. I mean, to me, it's not even close. But am I too close? Am I too intelligent? I'm on with Vinny at 9. I'll say this. I know people are knocking Court TV. I still maintain there's other news outlets that don't provide both sides. They have people. There's definitely hope, Jesse. 100% there's definitely hope. Yeah. No, listen, they could come back tomorrow. I don't think so. I don't think it'll be a hung jury. That one I don't think. No. Nope. I don't think it's going to be a hung jury. I'm leaning towards that they're going to come back with a guilty on manslaughter. That's where I'm leaning right now. Yep. So it's fine that they were. I know. Well, when you hear young jury, it's younger. Certainly, just compared to sometimes you go and years ago it'd be like a lot of retired people as far as the jurors. You don't get that so much. So younger, and also this type of case, is this someone that says they really wanted to be on, and so they weren't entirely truthful? Apparently not. They didn't know. They wanted to verify that the clips were evidence. And as I explained, it's very possible when they say, here's the sneaker, we're going to admit that into evidence. Instead, the clips were played. So if they were unsure, are the Karen clips evidence? Because those are her words, right? You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. Maybe that needed to be explained a little bit. I don't know. It was a little bit. Let's not get too down, right? We still have, I know, her smiling. One good thing, they're not, can you imagine if they could clap at the end? They may be clapping. They're telling them to not clap right now. I think also they don't like the look of that. So I know, Scorpio, it is. Whew, she is the worst. Oh my God, the attitude. We don't know that yet. We don't know that. You don't know that. Gonna be a hung jury again. You don't know that. But here's the thing. These people that make these predictions, it doesn't mean anything. Thank you, Penelope. I appreciate that. I feel terrible. There's Danielle. Yeah, we always need a mod. There's Loretta. Hi there, Denise. Thank you. Court TV. I like being on with Julie. And listen, you guys, tonight at 9. Again, also, by the way, don't worry about cable system. If you could just go to courttv.com, courttv.com, you can watch it. I think it's easier on your laptop, but maybe it could be on your phone. Amy, I don't know about that. It's so sad John's side has no one there. I mean, his family is there. People are working. People don't want to get dragged into it. I'll tell you right now, if I wasn't so vested and if I didn't care, if I didn't have to be there, there's nothing good about being there. I'm just being as honest as I can with you guys. It's excruciating to be there. They're the worst people. And I'm not just, they're the worst people. They're so insensitive. How do you think John's family, they're all gathered to support the girlfriend that killed the brother? It's beyond insane. And they're shameless and they're arrogant. And it takes a lot out of you. Because I hate them. They think they hate me. Oh my God. Yeah. I mean, he's in all his glory. Too bad you aren't invested in the truth. Listen, she hit him and left him. That's what happened. It's very simple. The video evidence, I don't think that's a bad thing if they're looking at all the videos, because there's nothing good about those videos that are positive for her. Nothing. I have seen. I know they have a sign about me. Well, I just showed it out. They're terrible. And they're so rotten to the. Thank you, Chloe Parker. How do they know the clip? I know that. See, we're wondering that. But we don't know if it's everyone. There could be one person who's adamant saying those aren't evidence. They can't be used. So I'm not upset about the questions. The questions can get people off the dime. The questions mean there could be some people normally that are stuck, or they're very adamant. Sometimes people, they dig down on something. So, but thank you for that, Chloe Parker. I appreciate that. I know, Jeff. I mean, that's the way that I would look at it. Ugh, I'm telling you, Denise, there's none, DeAndre. Andre, there's no inconsistencies. I know the circus has grown. Well, then they all started rushing down there. Tomorrow, I will venture out. I will. And you can see what it's like to be me. Yes, that's what I think it is, Brandy. I know, Miguel. How about that guy? I'm a fraud. Can you imagine someone, and they have pictures of me and my name. But that is so, I talk about unrelatable. Imagine him getting a phone call. I can't talk right now. I'm making my John DePietro side. As Karen's like, no, put more blue. Karen said she wants a John DePietro side. We know that it's coming from her. She told them to make it. I've already heard that. Thank you, Scorpio. I did see that. See, that's very, very concerning. And they absolutely, thank you, Scorpio. I can't tell you how much I appreciate that. It is intimidating. Listen, when you pull up and you see all those people, it's very intimidating. And I could see, I'm not trying to get down here, but I'm on Vinny tonight at 9. Tonight at 9. Tomorrow at 8, though. Tomorrow at 8. There's no court on Thursday. I don't know. I'm just trying to get through the next 2 days. But yes, tonight at 9. And you'll see, my studio. By the way, they're very complimentary to me. The Court TV people. I mean, I like working with them. It's a good relationship. I love Grace. I love Julie. I deal with them the most. The people behind the scenes are dynamite. They out in that crowd, the Google search remain. And in that crowd, I mean, I hate to say it, they still have Colin Albert taking him out in the basement. These people do not live in reality. Yeah. She calls him 500 times, never thinks call the people in the house of the cops. Well, it's very telling, Louise. It was actually 53 times. 53 times. Lynn, I would have a tough time filling out that verdict. I have a tough time. I have a tough time filling out forms. That is just absolutely moronic. I can't put up with it. Anyone that says that, you're flat Earth, guys. The Earth is round. 227. If you say that, you're flat Earth, and I just have no tolerance. Let's see. I did get to say that with Julie Grant. She was drunk. I loved Hank. That's still one of my favorites. She was drunk. I've also heard that Hank likes my impression of him saying she was drunk. That's what I've heard. So I think so. I right now, I think they got the I think they got the I think they have the manslaughter. I do. So now that we cleared that up, but who knows? Hi there, Susan Boss. They were drinking. Yes. Well, I think I've heard about that. She does, Alora. It's just she's so disturbed, Karen Reed. There's something wrong with her. She enjoyed watching all of John's friends getting grilled by her attorneys. She told David Unity, go rough on the niece. Do you understand? There's something wrong with her. And not just because she's a drunk with a weird Fall River accent. There's something mentally wrong. That's why John was trying to get away from her. She enjoyed watching the McCabe's, who were friends of John, being grilled on the stand by Alan Jackson and Unity. She enjoyed that. There's something sick about her. She's very disturbed, total drunk, total alcoholic, and as we've learned, a drug addict as well. So he absolutely did, Ann. He's great. You know, I saw him in the hallway. I gave him the thumbs up, right? I'm still with him. Hey, we're not jumping off. What? Absolutely not. And let me also, I'll share with you. So you guys know yesterday, little rat boy trying to grab onto my cape, right, that has taken off Court TV night and day, Fox Nation. I had to tell Fox Nation no today because I was inside the courthouse. There's another big thing in the works. So the rat boy. So a lot of people were saying, I don't think you shouldn't go back there and broadcast again in front of the. I don't think you should go in front. No, excuse me. No, right back, same spot. State troopers high-fiving me all over the place, big time. And if you were there, Lance was there, and Monique were there. Troopers all come up and say, "You are our favorite media person," and that means something. It means something in my world. It may not mean anything in someone else's world. Hey, listen, I don't think police, but some of my closest friends are members of law enforcement. My grandfather, my mother's side, was a Providence police officer, like a very long time ago. My dad, people would meet him and think he was like a detective, So, listen, when the going gets tough, I roll with the police. I do. They put up with a lot of crap. They do. That's why I can't stand going to these protests anymore, because it's a lot of the people at the protests. It's like they think it's okay to go up and say "F the police." It's such, I can't stand it. I literally can't stand it. So what? So Proctor, those were his private messages. Listen, that guy was a good investigator. Period. End of story. So, and they try to tie me in with him. He did a good job with the Brian Walsh case. He did a good job with that. Listen, when something's going down, you want those guys on your side. 100%. Fucking A. There's a lot of things wrong with them. They're not in reality. They have no interest in the truth. They don't. I know. It could be a hung jury. I can't even think about that right now. She was drunk. She hit him and left him. And Proctor said that last year. I mean, no, I know. Like in this climate, the Boston people, you're not supposed to. Proctor, huh? He got up in the stand. Once you get over some of the language, a little questionable, text. Once you get over that, he was good. He was good in the investigation. And look at how they've terrorized his family. So, oh my God. How do you deny the science? You mean her car backing up and then his cell phone never moving again? We're not denying science. We're not at all. They do, Christina. Oh my God, these people. Terrible. I got to check this. I don't understand why, like Jeannie Grant, I keep blocking her, and yet then I scroll down and she is. Manslaughter is still possible. Manslaughter is still possible. Listen, enough. This was a drunken hit and run. That's what it was. This wasn't a murder whodunit. There were no other suspects. I know, Jennifer. It is a circus. I feel so terrible for the family. And they're going to be cheering. They're going to be cheering. They are. I mean, we all need to. I mean, if it's a not guilty verdict, the Reeds, Karen and her demented family are going to be cheering. The crowd's going to be cheering. I think that there's something wrong with people like that. I do. So, and all they keep doing is firing the questions. That's a murder by Maestro. I'm flattered that you're here in the stream. Very, Yeah, that's a very good believe in the science. I do believe in the science. I believe in the data from the Lexus, and then his cell phone never moved. I'm a big science believer. I know. Carrie Lynn, you have no idea. And they all know who I am. And they just thank you very much, Latex. But I'm telling you guys, they're just the worst. They're the worst. And they all want to talk to me. Can I talk to you for a minute? No. The answer, knowingly. Knowingly. One guy said, what does that mean? I said, it means I don't speak English. Oh, he doesn't speak English. Ah. Yet I still see Jeannie Grant. I don't know why. Maybe I'm the only one that sees her. I'll just ignore it. Okay. Um, Today was tough, but we're back. Well, we're bouncing back. I'm going to be back up there tomorrow. I mean, what am I going to do? I'm not jumping off now. No way. Folks, when I see Paul O'Keefe, he's like, thank you for your support. And tell everyone thank you. When I see Peg O'Keefe, I tell her, you are the mother of all towels. I mean, when I see Hank and I want him to know, we're with you. Fucking A, we're with you. Yes, we're not over. Dr. Marie Russell. I know my dog bites. There you go. I was in the limo with Alessi. Exactly. I love Welcher. But did you look in the shed? They didn't have a shed. Exactly. Your Honor, I would like to explain how to build a shed. Mr. Alessi, we don't have time for that. Listen, he's trying to get along with everybody. They have me on. They never censor me. Hey, listen, if you want to be mad, be angry, excuse me. There's a lot of people out there that are giving one side and they're giving the wrong side. Like that NBC Boston. Julie's my pal. I love Julie Grant. We chat off here. We're very friendly. Julie Grant has become friendly with two of my children. That's how tight we are. Julie's great. Let me just, bottom feeder. Bottom feeder. People. Thank you, Alora. A lot of people are wondering that, Alora. Should the jury have been sequestered? Hindsight. They had it going for a while with the buffer zone, and then these people cave on the buffer zone, and now we have a sea of pink. I don't know. They are, Carrie Lynn. Oh my God, these people. You know what? And thank you very much, Foghorn Patty. I also think you should know there are people that say to me like, just so you know, Karen does not like you. I'm like, what? As opposed to what? You think I fucking care? She doesn't like me. She killed John O'Keefe. Karen doesn't like me. Boo hoo. Yeah, a lot of drunks and not fun. Thank you, Sunshine. Thank you for your honest coverage. I know. Thank you. Hey, listen, you guys. I give it to you straight. I'm giving it to you straight. And I couldn't. I know. And I want to thank somebody said, hey, I missed your live stream for earlier. There was them. They were trying to pick me. Thank you, Chris Moran. We're almost at that finish line. We're almost there. They could try her again. 100%. Hey, if they have to, whatever. Keep it going. Dr. Posada. I know. I mean, that, I'll say this. There were some witnesses. Maybe I'm open. Did some of the witnesses that should not have been allowed to testify, did they confuse the jury? It's possible. It's absolutely. I don't know. I'll try to rally tomorrow and get on with. I got to get on with Kevin. God, I feel terrible. He sends me the link. I know that Grant Towel Nation's been asking for me, but you don't understand. Inside the courthouse, it is nonstop. Like I'm taking meetings left and right, and my phone is. It's a scene. It is a scene. And every member of law enforcement who I make time for come up and say, thank you for what you're doing. On behalf of my family, thank you. We're all big fans. I'll also share. So today, walking to get out of there, and it's raining out, and I wanted to do this tonight, and then I have to do Court TV at 9, and I had been there, right? So I left at 5:30. I was live. You have to lock in 7:45 with Julie, then in there all day. And wouldn't you know, 4 guys in pink decide to start, following me to my car. And they're like calling out to me and the whole thing. And wouldn't you know it, suddenly Massachusetts State Trooper came out of nowhere. Thank you, Missy. I don't know if that's accurate. I don't know. If that's true, then your cousin should report it to one of the court officers. I don't know if that's true. But anyhow, Trooper comes up. Thank you, Caroline. Puts his arm around me and says, "Do you realize you have the best coverage?" And then they leave, they scatter. So, that's what they like. 4 against 1, right? 4 against 1. 2 of them had flags that could be used as bats. Total a-holes. Fake tough guys. I am exhausted. It was tiring. Not the greatest day. Having to deal. She was. And now all of a sudden, let's follow him to his car. I mean, folks, could it get in? Could they? I don't think they could be worse. Folks, I want everyone to see the brilliance of Miguel. By the end of the broadcast, he's going to be throwing a fallout over like a shot putter at the Olympics. I would, except I got to thank you, Latex. She was drunk. She is a danger. And I don't, and you know what else? How about like these people that are bringing their kids around her? She could have, listen, she was a functioning alcoholic. And John O'Keefe basically decided, I can't deal with it. Hank, I'm glad you asked that, Lizzie. So, Hank's cool under pressure. Listen, my money is still on Hank Brennan. I know a winner when I see one. I'm still Team Hank. I'm not coming off that. Listen, I'm very critical. He was dynamite. He did all the right things. He did. He proved murder too. And now we just have to gut it out. And it's not easy. I admit it is not easy. It can be challenging. At times it can be very, very challenging. But Hank Brennan is we need more Hank Brennans. And then I'll tell you this, some of the people that I have gotten to know, we have become so close because like the people, you're delusional because I don't agree with you, because I don't believe that 15 people killed him in the house. You're delusional. Why do you guys keep, hey Boomer, why do they keep, she is a booze hound. She's a big booze hound. These parents, why are you bringing children around someone who's talking about a weak poor and clearly at the drunk driving, those messages for him, it's absolutely appalling. But bring them around, photos with the little rat. Folks, this is foreign to me. This is foreign. So I'll tell you, number one, everything he says lie. Some of the people that I've gotten to know that we have been part of this are just, there is something to be said from like friendships in combat, in battle. We have a group that we gather together because it's not easy. But tomorrow, I think, we'll see how tomorrow goes. But I'll give you an idea of what it's like. I'll be a little more outside. I hate to cause. Thank you, Laura. No. Oh no, they have a O'Keefe's. I think McCambridge. There hasn't even been anybody. I need to resettle. Sorry about that, guys. I promise going forward, we're going to be glitch free. God, we're so close to 3,000. Thank you very much, Penelope. I'll be live more tomorrow. I'll rally. Thank you very much. But you guys can see what it's like. You can see what it's like to be me walking through. Now, granted, this time, they're supposed to be quiet. but they're just so. And the thing about it, think of that. They hate me because I won't go along with their ridiculous story. That's what it is. I'm an American. I didn't kill anybody. I didn't back into anybody. You guys would have liked some of the humor. I was going to say that some of the Karen Reed people did it, but I just couldn't rally. I was so down. I was. I was going to say, I did say to one of the people earlier, thank you, Donna Marie. That is so kind of you. I was going to say, didn't you guys hear? Karen is demanding for loyalty. She wants all her followers on a hunger strike. I did say that to someone, by the way. I just wasn't live at the time. And then and I was going to say, no, listen, you guys, Karen wants to prove the no collision, no collision. Don't be so sad, Tanya. We're not dead yet. We're not there yet. Thank you. Karen wants all of her followers to get behind moving cars to prove no collision, no collision. Absolutely, Michelle. Oh, don't worry about that. 100%. So listen, I want you to know there's good people out there. There are, but this is not about Karen Reed. This isn't about the Karen Reed show. This is about John. This is about what she did. Listen, that niece and nephew, he was their legal guardian. And she backed up. And she could have helped him. She put it in reverse and backed up. And that's what happened. And what did Karen Reed do? She blamed the friends of John. Thank you, Mura. I appreciate that. And they have to sit there, Peg and Paul, and they have to sit there and look at her and look at all her fans outside. It is absolute insanity. I'm so off the beaten path. Listen, scram. Are you familiar with the expression screw? Like, get out of here. Why do these? I don't care. These people, you've lost a follower. No, I didn't. That was like Karen, you keep this up, I'm breaking up with you. Scram, beat it. I want to go inside and I'm going to drink with the McCabe's and I'm going to drink with Brian Albert. I'm going to see if Higgy's up for a drink. And then I'm going to go bang Ashley's mother. I mean, he may have said that. You think he cared about her? Oh, they're all being paid out in front. I mean, that much we know. So no doubt about it. But folks, I got to get ready for Court TV. I know. Thank you, Foghorn Patty. I'll be better tomorrow. Scram. Yeah, beat it. Come on. Screw. They come up to me. Can I talk to you? They don't even figure out when I say no English, and then they will reply, what does that mean? And I say, it means I don't speak English. They say, oh, okay. They don't think, thank you. They don't think. Yes, thank you. Hit the like button on the way out. They don't think to say, well, wait a minute. You just spoke it. Like, this is what I'm dealing with, right? It's McMurphy and the Cuckoo's Nest, for crying out loud. All right, I got to get ready for Court TV. I have to. What color shirt should I wear today? I'd like to wear a good TV shirt. Should I wear my blue shirt? 3 really good TV shirts: blue, creamsicle, or yellow. I wore yellow last night. Blue it is. Oh, right, blue for John O'Keefe. All right, I like that. Okay. I don't believe so, Sherry. I don't think so. All right, folks, I'll see you less than an hour on Court TV, and then tomorrow we're back at the courthouse. That's right.